What do you think the difference is between a manager by appointment and a leader? Just think about that for a second. Anyone want to try answering or want to share your answer to that question? What about you, Pat? You seem to be deep in thought.
So manager versus by appointment versus leader. I think there can be definitely two different types, for sure. I think a leader is one that takes more initiative. They don't feel like it's their obligation or job because they've been appointed to do a certain task. But they are passionate about the goal and therefore lead their team to success.
Excellent answer. Tonight we're going to talk about building successful teams. And the first step in building a successful team, or we're going to talk about the different steps, the most prominent steps in building a successful team. Due to time, we can't go through every single step, but we will cover the most important ones. Back in 1998, Coach K was tasked with leading a team of individual powerhouse athletes into forming a team that would represent the United States in the Olympics. A major task for players who've been regarded as gods from yay high up until their college years. These guys have averaged 20+ points a game. So asking them to serve on a team, serve in a specific role was a huge request. But Coach K was able to make it happen. And I will share with you the techniques that he used. On that team, you probably recognize some of the players, prominent players, stars on their individual teams. But Coach K was able to gel their talents together and make them function as a perfect team. One of the first things we need to do is, like Aziz referred to earlier, is assign the roles. Everyone needs to know what their role is on the team. For example, if you show up at work in the morning, you should have a clear idea of what's expected of you on a daily basis and how that contributes to the bigger goal of the team. On the basketball team, there were certain players, like I said earlier, the players, all of them were used to scoring large amounts of points. But on this team, they had to assume roles of a rebounder, the guy that brings the ball up court, the guy that hustles for the loose ball, and the guy that's dependent on to hit that game-winning shot. In other words, all of them were good, but someone was characterized as being the star. The other thing about a team that's very important, and a lot of times managers miss this because they're so busy micromanaging, they forget about this part. But this is very important. Empowering the team members gives them an opportunity to see what value they really add to the team, and it gives them that freedom to contribute, freedom to make mistakes, freedom to be successful, freedom to guide their coworkers. The other thing is trust. And we miss that also a lot of times. For example, can I get a volunteer to come up here and demonstrate the trust part? Robert, come up here and demonstrate the trust. Now, Robert has known me for probably 2 years, right?
A year.
Hey, Robert. What I want you to do is turn around, and I want you to just fall back, and you're trusting me to catch you when you hit the ground. You didn't trust me. I'm only gonna let you fall, Robert. It's important that your teammates trust you enough to fall back and expect you to catch them before they hit the floor. Robert obviously didn't think I was going to catch him because he stepped back. But that's the kind of trust that you need to have of your teammates. Let's be serious. A lot of times we talk about things at work that we probably shouldn't talk about. For example, wives leaving husbands. Some illegal activity that you were involved in. Something that could jeopardize your employment status. But you trust your teammate not to share that information with the management team. That's the level of trust that it takes to make a successful team. Someone you know who's going to go to bat for you. Someone who's going to wake up at 2:30 and go get you out of jail because you got in trouble because you had a little bit too much money. That's the kind of trust you want to have. The other part that we miss as team builders and team members is the rewards and recognition. If someone does a great job, tell them thank you. And it's not always about saying it verbally, but writing little notes means a big difference. Writing notes, giving cards. Even a blow pop, you'd be surprised what a difference a blow pop can make. Here, Johnny, I appreciate your hard work on the project. And Johnny would always think that he always remembered that blow pop. It's all about congratulating your team for their successes. And the thing we have to realize is that when our team is successful, we're also successful. We all grow. In summary, to build a successful team, have a clearly defined goal. Define the roles, have trust, and give feedback. Recognize the successes of the team. If you engage all these processes, you will have a successful team. Mr. Toastmaster.